HelloFresh provides meal kits and ready-to-eat meals, making cooking and meal prep a breeze. I'm so excited to try it out and share my thoughts with you. So the box was like halfway open when they put it down in front of my house. I just opened the rest of it by trying to pick it up by this, but you would think it would be more secure when they leave food outside in front of your house. That's a little crazy in my opinion. But let's take this upstairs and see what it's all about. All right, so here is the HelloFresh box. It says you can leave it outside for 24 hours without the food going bad. So I wanted to test it out. I left it out, not outside, obviously, in my house, but I didn't open it for a couple hours. And we're gonna see what it's about. So it looks like there's a little sheet for each meal that I ordered. So the Figgy Balsamic pork, that looks yummy. It has carrots, potatoes, and then this is the pork with a fig jam. It looks really good. Then we have tangy tamarind chicken over rice. And then we have spicy Peruvian aji verde chicken bowls. It's a lot of chicken, but I noticed if you get something other than chicken or a basic thing, you gotta pay a little bit more. So, all right, and then give your friends a free box, so $15 off their second and third box. And then there's back to school deals, so we have that. And then this is the food. Oh, it's nice and cold. It's in this like insulated bag. And I can definitely reuse this for like when I'm shopping or something. Okay, oh, this is an ice pack here. Recycle me, clean and dry, empty non-toxic, set aside, and recycle, okay. So this is an ice pack here, and it's still ice in it. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put this in the sink for now. It is nice and cool in here. Okay, so first we have our Figgy Balsamic pork. You can scan the QR code for more details on your order. Then we have the tangy tamarind chicken over rice. And then we have the spicy Peruvian chicken bowl. Then onion crunch chickens. So this must be the free item. It said I get something free. That's pretty cool. Okay. Then there's another ice pack, which is heavy. Ice has not melted yet. That is really cool. Then you have the meat down here. So chicken cutlet. You have pork fillet and another chicken cutlet.
A few moments later.
So the next day I unpack all the ingredients from the refrigerator and clean off the little card that has the recipe. Since I'm going to be touching that and touching food, I just wanted to make sure it's clean. I love that it gives a little page for each meal that they gave me. So here it has all the ingredients that should be in the box or in the bag, what the final dish should look like. And then they even have a QR code if I have any issues. There's a QR code to learn more details here. There's a QR code there. So there's plenty of information here. So the first thing I'm supposed to be doing is prepping the food. So I'll preheat the oven to 450. And wash and dry my produce, and then dice potatoes. This carrot is really ugly, y'all, but we can trim it and make it better. Just how Jesus did to us when he took us from our sins. So here are all of my ingredients. So first I'm going to go ahead and wash the produce. First I'm going to trim, peel, and cut the carrots on a diagonal into 1/2 inch thick pieces. I'm going to dice the potatoes into 1/2 inch pieces as well. Halve, peel, and finely chop the shallot. And strip the thyme leaves from the stems. The only things I needed from my cabinets were salt, black pepper, olive oil, and butter. Going to toss the potatoes on one side of the baking sheet and put the carrots on the other side. I'm going to drizzle both with olive oil and add a pinch of salt and pepper, but for the potatoes, I'm going to also add 1/2 of the chopped thyme. While the veggies roast and after I clean the meat, it tells me to pat the pork dry with paper towels and then season all over with salt and pepper. After washing my hands, I didn't want to touch it again, so I just used the tongs to kind of help move the seasoning around. And I'm going to pour a drizzle of olive oil onto the large pan over medium heat. Then I'm going to add the pork and sear. I'm going to turn it over occasionally until it's brown all over. That's about 4 to 8 minutes. And then I'm going to use my second baking sheet. I'm going to transfer the pork onto there and let that roast for 10 to 12 minutes. While that is going, I'm going to start making the sauce. So going to use the same pan and going to drizzle some olive oil onto the pan over medium heat, adding the shallot and the remaining chopped thyme. I'm going to cook that, stir that a little bit until it's softened for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then I'm going to add the stock concentrate, vinegar, jam, and 1/4 cup of water. I'm going to let that simmer until it's thick and saucy. It's suggested to do it for about 2 to 3 minutes. I don't think 2 to 3 minutes was enough to make it thick. I could have let it go on longer, but I think it was good enough for me. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of butter and I'm going to stir it until it's melted and then season with salt and pepper. Once the pork is done, I'm going to transfer that to a cutting board to let rest for a little bit, and then when it's cool enough for me to touch, I will slice it thinly crosswise. So the pork looked a little bit too pink or red for me, so I decided to get my thermometer out, and it was a little bit below what it should have been for pork that's ready to be eaten. So I put it back in the oven for a couple minutes, and then it came out. I checked it again and it was perfect. Then I'll plate it and drizzle some of the pan sauce over the pork, and it's time to eat. I served this with a white wine and ready to eat. It was so good, so sweet. There were so many flavors that was in it, especially the sauce. I love the sauce. I would definitely be repeating this recipe. That's why I love the cards that the recipe comes on, because you can definitely save them for a later date and get all the ingredients that you need on your own. And overall, I think I love HelloFresh. They got a new customer. I think it was really, really easy to do. They already pre-measure all the ingredients, so there's no waste. I love that. And it's just enough for 2 meals, so I don't have to worry about dreading eating the same thing for 3 days because I cooked too much. The food was so tasty. It was like a burst of flavors exploding in your mouth with each bite. No lie, I'm not even trying to be corny. It was so good. The flavors were immaculate. It was so simple to cook. I love that they give you step-by-step instructions. And I love that you can make your plan bigger or smaller depending on the household size. Packing the leftovers for lunch for the next day. Let's talk about cleanup. Cleanup was so easy. I basically kept all of the trash and put it on top of the bag. Next time I'll actually put it inside the bag so I can just transfer it to the trash can without worrying about it dropping, but super simple. And then I cleaned off the counter and washed the dishes. And I love HelloFresh because there are very little dishes that I had to use for this. And usually if I'm cooking on my own, I would use multiple pans, but it made sure to tell me to use the same pan for the pork and for the sauce. So I was able to recycle my pans in that way, and cleanup was a breeze. I'm so excited to have tried this, and I'm really looking forward to the next meal. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Also, I'll be leaving a link or code in the description box below, and I believe you get $15 off your first box. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and try it out. I definitely recommend HelloFresh, and looking forward to all of the great meals that are ahead of me.